Okay, welcome to OneLife, another podcast by Betterco. We're into episode 17. What do we want to do? We want to build a community, spark some conversations, give some business owners some advice, something they can take away, something for us to talk shit about, all the good fun. Now, why do we do this? You've only got one life. Might as well make it all worth it. And if you're in business, it's a tough environment to be in. We know that. But if you focus on it, you can do quite well in all areas. So we've got a great topic today, quite topical with all the ongoings in the world. We have investing for growth and where to put your money in 2025 as a business owner. Quite a hard topic because the options are endless.
So many ways to skin this cat, right?
Yeah.
Go
or
big
dog
or go
or
home.
Yeah. So the economy is obviously moving really quickly and there's so many things affecting the economy right now. How do we stay focused? How do business owners stay focused?
It's tough, I reckon. It is really tough at the moment. And there's so much noise all around us at the minute. You know, you just think of even the investment markets in the US and globally right now with the Trump tariffs and all of that and the impact that's going to have. It's quite topical. Like I met with some friends on the weekend and that's all we talked about. It's like, you know, this world economy and where it's going to be heading with these tariffs. So what's your guys' take on it and where is it going to end, do you think?
Well, I mean, the world's changing a lot, especially with the whole US side of things. And if you look at most people's investment portfolios for long term, it's mostly in the US market or global markets. So if you check your phone in the weekend or last week, mate, just don't even look at the reds, you know, it is scary.
Oh, it's depressing.
Well, New Zealand market's boring from an investment point of view.
Yes.
So everyone naturally goes S&P 500, it's much bigger, you can make better gains, all of that, right? Emerging markets, yay, feels good. But we're so far away from what's actually happening there. It's quite hard to be, I don't know, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, what have we got going on? Let's just focus there.
And I suppose we should make this point right from the start is that this podcast is not financial advice. Let's just say that.
Good
We're
man.
just accountants.
Get that in there.
We're just accountants, so let's just get that out there.
Yeah.
But it affects all of us because we're all investors in our KiwiSavers. You know, so every single person that's in a KiwiSaver is affected by this right now. And all of the investment people are saying, don't check your balance, don't check your balance. But it's human nature, of course you're going to.
But don't check your balance. We'll say it one more time, eh? It's really hard actually because
Just ignore
KiwiSaver, people just think it's one of those things that goes up slowly, but it's just exactly the same as any other investment, isn't it? It goes down, it goes up, and if you're in that poor timing moment where you're buying a house and you have to take it out.
Those are the people that I feel for. It's like those first home buyers that are building up their KiwiSaver to buy their first home. Or if you're at the other end of the scale and you're nearly ready to retire and you've had this fund there that's been sitting there doing quite nicely for a while, and then all of a sudden you've lost 20, 30, 40 grand, you know, it's pretty tough.
Yes.
So just bringing this conversation back to business, it's 2025, 3 to 4 months are gone already.
That's fast.
But reality, you know, 1 month is roughly 9% of the year. You take out December, you take out January, you take out that's another 9 and 18. So we're sort of saying, is 6 months kind of done? Is half of 2025 done? If you think about how much effort you can put into this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you think I've got another 6 months of effort to put in as a business owner, what should I be investing in my business?
Well, the first thing is don't use the feast-or-famine mentality. Like people just go all in one thing or, you know, all or nothing strategy where I either get rich next month or I get nothing else. So that's just basically gambling. Like my finance professor once said in uni, if you're going to invest in a foreign exchange market or do Forex, you might as well take it to a casino. That's what he said. It stuck with me, right? And I did dabble in like, you know, Forex trading and crypto and all these things. It is gambling. It is calculated gambling. You know, sometimes you see green, sometimes you see reds, but most people can't manage their emotions well enough to see a green.
Yeah.
So we're too greedy, essentially.
So that's a good don't. Have you got a do for us, Justin?
Yeah, I do. And it's not something in particular. I think it's where people need to invest in themselves a lot more. So when you're running your own business and your own personal growth, I think it's a good time to just keep learning, like having that learner mentality and always have it, you know, like doesn't matter what age you are, you're continually learning. So I think investing in yourself and in your business as well is an important mindset to have.
Yeah. And especially when things are going a bit chaotic around you, eh? If things are going chaotic around you, and that's why I said I don't give a shit before, but I was being a bit bullish. You just go back to, what can I do? What's in my safe zone? What can I learn in this time where if I'm not making any external decisions, how do I go insular?
Yep.
And that's a great one. If you're going into it,
Yeah, because there's so much going on around you externally, as you say, it's like all of that noise, so sometimes you just need to bring it back to yourself and how can you improve your own self as a person, And it could be, and we've talked about this before on other podcasts, but it could be a side hustle, trying to earn a little bit more money on the side, which is quite good. But for me, I think investing in yourself and learning and trying to not ignore, because it's always going to be there, but there's always going to be that noise.
Yes.
So be a bit selfish.
What do you think would be a common mistake someone could make this year in business, or where they put their money? This is not investment advice.
Ooh, I guess it depends on your age and your life cycle and where you're at in life. If you're in your 20s, you've got a bit more balls, I'd say, and more risk appetite to actually make more mistakes. Things like investing into a different field in your business, starting another arm of your business, mergers and acquisition, or even investing in crypto, things like that. I know it's a big dirty word out there, but you have the opportunity and you've got the luxury of making mistakes. And in your 30s,
So you're saying it's worth the risk?
Yes, I mean you're young enough to fail fast and fix fast, right?
Yeah, and then
Whereas
you have
in
enough
your
time
30s, in your 30s and 40s, you're trying to build a family. Your risk appetite actually decreases over time. And yes, you can still risk it, but the cost is just way higher.
Why risk it if you don't have to?
Oh, to build that first initial capital to actually invest, right? I mean, your life starts when you have the first million. And in your 20s, you just don't even have 100K.
Yeah, okay. So it's like
I think, you got to balance it. You got to balance it. Yes, there's a feast-or-famine mentality in your 20s, but once you put up enough capital, you got to stick to that original plan of long-term growth and actually investing like a proper investor.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I agree entirely with you, Alistair.
Oh, I'm too
Sorry,
young,
mate.
It's nothing new.
No, I just think that, crypto and high-risk investments is fine. But for me, again, not investment advice, not financial advice, but it should be a small percentage of your portfolio, So I think those risky assets definitely form part of your overall portfolio, but I think in the most part they should be a very low percentage.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to be
That's just
really
weird.
practical here. I think there's so much shit going on outside of anybody's office or container office or home office, whatever it is. There's so much stuff going on. It's like, just look at what's around you and go, all right, what's around me? I can guarantee you it's at least one of two things. People and some technology. For me, I'm like, man, the world's moving fast. It's chaotic. Let's just leave that shit over there. Trump, do Trump. I mean, he's crazy anyway. I'm not crazy. Let me see if I can invest some money and time into those two things. So can we just go and have a chat about people and then we'll maybe move to technology? It's 2025. Like, what should we be doing other than the normal, let's go and catch up for coffee and all of those things? Like, what can business owners do this year to keep some staff or grow the staff?
It's a really good question. So I think I'm going to say it again because I love it, but it's that reflection piece. Like, how has your business been going for the last 12 months and how can it move forward? And yes, it is the people, but you need to understand your business. There are some businesses out there that maybe shouldn't be operating still. So there's some big calls to potentially make, that they could be losing money and it's now a good time to get out.
Yeah. Maybe sell it while the fat's still there.
So you can get rid of the people.
Yeah, like
get rid of
your business if it's not performing, right?
Yeah.
So now might be a good opportunity. That sounds pretty dire, right? But sometimes you've just got to be realistic because some people hold on to their businesses for so long and to the detriment of their people and their health.
So reflect if there's where the successes and failures are, and then what if it is successful?
If it is successful, I think looking at what their competitors are doing in the industry. Yes. So when you've got a knowledge of your industry, seeing what your competitors are doing, and then deciding how you can stand out from the crowd in your industry, I think is important. So that comes back down to what's your marketing strategy, what's your social media plan, all of those sort of things. Yes. I think it's important. You need to look at your competitors and see what they're doing in your industry. Yeah. I mean, we always say in accounting, like the bar's pretty low in the accounting profession. So anything that we do is going to be way better than the crowd, and that might sound arrogant, but that's just the reality of our profession, So we're doing this podcast, we're on social media, which is actually quite different. We're probably in the top 1% of accounting firms, So we're doing things a little bit differently.
I mean, people always ask us, like, Alistair, what is the industry that makes the most money? But we manage so many businesses in the same field, and there's so many variables.
Yeah.
Even in trades and business, people say property is going down, there's no projects out there, but you still see people making $500,000 a year.
So what are they investing in?
They're investing in their people, really, and they have proper processes. They're using technology, doing marketing, like what Justin said. They're just not doing the average and just carrying on as per normal.
Yeah.
Being good to the people, promoting people internally, having good systems to find out if a project loses money and fixing fast, and working with us, obviously, using the financial arm.
That's that insights piece. So that's that part where people are actually taking insights of their business and doing something with it.
Yes.
So if it's failing, you can fail fast and just get rid of it. And if it's successful, it's like, what's making it successful?
Yep.
And then you're probably going to realize that there's some sort of system or process that you followed, and then maybe you should do that same sort of system and process.
Or just double down.
Or double down, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a good one. Double down for 2025. If something's working in 2025, well, even in the past, like you've said, reflection, reflect where the failures are, but reflect where the successes are too. And if something's winning for you, double down.
And when we do our management reports for our clients within Bedico as well, we have income stream lines. So we break up the business that we're acting for into their revenue streams. And you can really drill into what's actually working within that business and what's making you the most money. And that's where you double down. There's a certain part of your business that's making a whole lot more money than other parts. So why wouldn't you double down on that? Double down on the marketing for it and just really promote it to your customers.
Yeah, I think curiosity is the key, right? You see, you notice these successful business owners, people that do well, they're actually pretty curious. Even when ChatGPT came out, some people it's all going to take over our jobs, but some people actually drill into it and actually use it properly and trying to find out why it works and why the world works. These type of people, you see the same habit across their personal investing side of things as well. Yeah. Being consistent, having a goal. And when I ask the people that don't do well, you're like, mate, you lost 200K last year in your, trades company. What's the reason? They're like, I don't know. You tell me. It's like, shit, I don't know. I'm your accountant, mate. Let's find out. Yeah. And do you have a system that tracks, your job summary and what project loses money and wins money? He's like, no, I don't. So they're not even curious enough to find out what the reason is. Yeah. So that's the biggest no-no in business.
Is that a real client?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to help him. We're coaching him.
I was going to say he's fucked, but
he's learning, man. We're going to teach him.
I think the problem is if something has been going well or hasn't been going well, that if you don't have curiosity, you don't even know why. How do you even know what you did? Or someone else did that made it successful? I call that being successful by mistake. We've talked about it before.
But not everyone's at the same level, right? Not everyone have the same IQ or EQ. So first is to know yourself and whether you can handle it. If you don't know where to get the answer, hire smarter people to help you get the answer. That's why the guy took us first plunge to hire us as a CFO. Right. So to come in and see, okay, my business is not making money. Where do I invest? Where do I put my time to actually make it work? Yeah. That's
a good one. And that person is investing in getting better advice and insights.
And he's paying us a few $1,000s a month to
figure it out. Yeah, that's great. Has he made? I hate to keep using this as an example. This person as an example, but has that person made some decisions to give them back more time in the business?
Yes. So he's hiring an admin.
Really?
2 people have left. He hasn't replaced them, and we told him not to.
Okay.
Just to reflect on where the money's coming in, managing cash flow, getting the debt down, and doing a bit of restructuring.
So he's doing something different.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get back.
So he's not fucked.
No, not with us.
All right, good.
Not with us.
I like that.
He'll be fine. He's working with you, Alistair.
Just going to make a point here, not fucked. Okay. That's good.
I mean, the resources are out there, right? He found us through, talking to one of the friends and doing more research on how should I manage my business, and I realized he's lacking the CFO sort of side of things.
I like it. I want to meet this person now. Yeah. I like people who do something different. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to hearing how that one turns out.
Yeah, mate. Save him from the gutter.
What are we seeing any trends at the moment, or where business owners are like throwing money, stashing money, spending their time?
I don't know. People have been pretty careful these days.
Or staying away from? Are they staying away from trends?
A lot of fear in the market, and a lot of people saving. I'd say.
A lot of people saving?
Yeah, saving either through personal funds, through the business,
So the business rainy day fund that we've talked about in the past, how we hate how no one has it. Are you guys seeing more of it?
Well, I think people are just like they're spending less. We've been in a recession and we're coming out of it now. So I think people are spending less, but the smart businesses are looking at opportunities and they're looking at opportunities of where they can save money, whether that's through tech or AI or whatever it may be. So
Or
I think
outsourcing.
as well. So I think this,
Yeah.
people have been able to look back and seen where things haven't gone so well, and they're looking at different opportunities. But yeah, they haven't been spending, because on purpose, because that's what the Reserve Governor wanted us to do, is to stop spending, and we've done that.
Yeah.
And so now we're coming out the other side, hopefully, out of this recession, and people will start to spend their money more.
Do enough New Zealanders know, and specifically business owners, let's just not talk about everybody else barbecue chats, but do enough business owners know what's going on with the OCR and where it's heading and why it's heading that way?
I don't think so, mate. Yeah. Through the conversations that we have, they don't even know what the average interest rate for a business loan is, and for them, not understanding is pretty scary because it really decides how the next couple of years is going to run. Cost of capital, spending habits.
I think it's a shocker. Honestly, people need to stay educated and again, be curious to learn more, and this is one thing that would be quite easy for people to learn about, and that's interest rates and how they affect everyday business, property markets, So I think people, as I said right at the beginning, I think if you're going to invest in yourself to learn, then this is one area that they can.
And invest the time into doing things you've never done before and that don't cost you anything. I've talked about it before, but go talk to your bank and have that meeting, ask for that meeting. And when you are at that meeting, specifically ask, hey, what products do you have as a bank that I can have as a business owner that we can both win from?
Yes.
If you just ask that one question and ask for a meeting, I think it will be a game changer for you in 2025 if you don't have many bank products.
So other areas as well as personal investment is, and I'll use my wife here, but she's listening to The Curve, Girls That Invest, and she is just, I'm so proud of her because she is actually building up her knowledge base.
Yeah.
And she tells me about funds that I've never even heard of now, which is amazing. Yeah. So she's getting herself out there at a personal level to actually learn, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Information's just so readily out there. You go to ChatGPT, hey, you're my financial advisor, can you teach me how to invest? Boom, done. Yeah. Takes 2 seconds. Yeah. There's no excuse really these days, and you're just going to get left behind if you're not proactive or curious enough. And as well,
how do you build curiosity?
Are you born with it?
I think maybe you are born with it, but I think curiosity can be driven out of people too.
Yes, through certain life events and trauma.
Yeah,
I'd say. I think everyone's born equally different. That's the beauty of our world. But if you're not curious, some things might have happened in life through your relationship with money, how your parents dealt with money, your hunger to succeed and get money. And that drives your, follow-up decisions. Okay, let me look into what the OCR is. How do you build wealth? How do you build a business? How do I grow my team? And all this stuff that follows. I think all of us here have enough events and trauma in our life that puts us on this table and be a director of a company. Yeah, true.
Yeah, does it come from your family? Does it come from your group of friends that you hang around with, like your sporting teammates? I don't know. Maybe it does evolve over time. But we try and drill it into our kids, to be as curious as possible. But maybe that with that encouragement, you just get it. It comes to you, through that encouragement. But if you don't have that, and are you not that person?
It's all ages and generations and how teaching is being taught. I don't know how many times I said that sounded weird, but when my mum comes to my house, she'll tell Zaya, hey, don't do that, it's dangerous. And I can see Zaya almost look at my mum, and then she'll look at me and I'll be like, yes, because she knows what I say. I was like, yes, Zaya, it's okay, you can do dangerous things as long as you do them. And she goes, carefully. So she knows it's okay to do dangerous things as long as you do them carefully.
This is Parenting 101 podcast. I love that.
It's the same thing in business. You can do dangerous things or risky things and invest and take risks. I take risks all the time with conversations and little bits and bobs, things we say on this podcast.
Yes.
We take risks, but if we do them carefully and methodically and mitigate the risk, I think that's where you invest this year. Is there's too much shit going on. Let's think about where we can be dangerous and do it carefully.
It's a good point, because we haven't really talked about risk and investing as a business, because some of the best entrepreneurs, they take risks right from day one, and you hear about these stories, and it's just like, how, in what space was that person in to take that risk at that point in his life? But those entrepreneurs, they just have that spirit that they'll just go for it and they're willing to fail and lose everything for the greater good or for the best investment ever, right?
We were recently talking about Richard Branson, and he does this, right? But the key thing he does is he hires people smarter than him, and that's just a no-brainer if you want to go risky and go all in on something. And, you know, like you said right at the start, if you're in your 20s or whatever, like mentors are great and all of that, but go and hire some people that have way more experience than you.
And try to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Is that your security blanket to a certain extent? Because you can
Yeah.
go off and do, and you can take those risks, and you know that you've got the team to
Yeah.
back you, you know, in your office, in the back office, wherever they may be.
Yeah. Well, those types of people are typically visionaries as well, right? So they're like up here. They get shit started, and then they need some doers and some strategic people and behind them to really move it forward. Yeah, if you're looking at going into different avenues in your business in 2025, I would say that would be one of them, to go, what am I not so good at, and who could I hire that would be smarter than me in this space?
That's great advice. Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be an employee or staff member, right?
Maybe ChatGPT.
Yeah, could be just a supplier, you know?
Yeah.
We've worked with great brand agencies in the past. We've worked with great HR people in the past.
Yes.
Still do. You know, you move and evolve.
Yeah, and you research and you look at, you know, with some businesses, there's complementary opportunities that are quite similar to your business where there might be some opportunities as well. So researching those, which ones are being successful and can you just plug into what you've got as an offering? An example would be like, I don't know, I'm just thinking about Betterco, but maybe, you know, financial advice as a sidearm, or insurance or mortgage advisory, you know, so something that's complementary to what you do. You still need to stay in your lane, but there could be investment opportunities that are complementary to what you do.
Yeah, then you can look at partnerships as well, right? With people that are better at these than you are, and having synergies across different products.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I think this really is, again, doing it carefully, I think is a great time. 2025 feels like a great time. All those people that were going, oh, survive to 25. Well, fuck, 25's here now. What are you doing? Like, you know, something's got to be done.
Well, apparently there's Thrive in 25 now, mate.
Yeah.
You know?
The theme of the year.
Which is true, right? Like, if you look at it mathematically, I'm a mathematical person. There's 12 months in a year. In New Zealand, it seems to shut down for 2 months. You only got 10, 4 are gone. You only got 6 left. If you're going to thrive, what did you do in the first 4 months? And what are you going to do in the next 4?
It's really interesting because I was in Melbourne recently and Aussie is booming. You know, it's a Monday, Tuesday night. The restaurants are full. The bars are full, you know, and it's just like, it feels like we're just a little bit behind, you know. So, you know, I think we just need to encourage people just to be bold and to get out there, you know. I was flabbergasted. Like Aussie was just on fire, you know.
Yeah. All right, to wrap up, we've got a few minutes left. If you were we typically talk about business owners in a different life cycle or a different stage. You know, we work with startups, we work with people who are scaling up, we work with people who are kind of in that mature state, and some of them going up rapidly, some of them going down rapidly. If someone's living comfortably right now, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Both answer this. If a business owner is living comfortably and their business is going well, do you think they should just keep doing that or do something differently?
Depends if they like that business and if it's keeping them out of bed. If you don't enjoy that business, maybe think about starting something else that could eventually take over.
Right.
Right.
Starting you mean something else, or
another business or another passion, that could potentially take over. Because a lot of people are just stuck in business and they've got a golden handcuff, right? And the money's too good that they can't escape, right?
Yeah.
We see it all the time. And if you're still young enough to actually take risks, you could potentially start another sidearm that you're really passionate in, but still having the luxury of the cash flow of the main business that you don't enjoy to fuel that.
Yeah.
And as that takes over, you can potentially bring it down or sell it and exit.
Yeah.
What do they have to do?
Again, hustle. You know, like you got to work hard because you're basically running another business on the side.
Yeah, okay.
You've got to employ enough smart people that could take on your job and make you less involved. And then, you know, starting the other side. You know, the common thing you see is like property development, right? Most people that start in business, they make good money. How do you make more money and doing the stuff they actually enjoy? And they enjoy property, they enjoy building wealth. Then they eventually slide into the whole property development arm and running that full time. And I see a lot of accountants that have done that in the last, decade or so. Obviously, different market now, but it still works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's similar to Alistair, but just starting with the end in mind and having a succession plan, because if the business is going well, I think you need to, even if you don't sell that business, it needs to be in a position that it is saleable. And that might mean the people that you've got involved, systems and processes that you've got, the software that you use. So just getting your business ready for an exit or a sale is important. So I think that's what people should, if they are going well, that's probably what they should be thinking about.
Yeah.
But as Alistair said, sometimes just go through the motions because the business is going well and all of that.
Yeah.
But I still think that you need to have that end goal in mind and plan towards that.
Yeah. Yeah, my 2 cents, just off the back of what you guys have said, is that all good to be in that dreamy world of life's good, business is good. I think that's probably a time to go, how do I make it? How do I get my time back if I'm really in it? Like, who could I hire right now to get some time back? Because that might mean that you never have to sell. That might mean that the business gets even better because you've just put more brain power in. Correct. So, maybe get curious.
That's how conglomerates are made, right? They started off with a very profitable business or core business through generations, and they've built, a couple $1 billion. What's next? Buy another subsidiary, make more money, go into power plants and all these random things. And all of a sudden, it's just sitting on an empire with people running the whole system.
Yeah.
That's a foundation of wealth building.
Nice.
I like that.
Now, we've talked about some people maybe that's not in a good space in the business, not in a good space. Just talked about someone who's like going crazy. To wrap up, for someone who is in business and it's doing well, let's just say they're making $500,000 a year. Actually, let's take it back. Let's go, they're making 150 grand a year and they've got a little bit of debt. They've got, say, 4 staff. What do they do in the next 12 months or 6 months, 12 months to go, it's 2025, where do I put my time, money, energy?
Well, critically analyze whether that business is going to be for the long term. Like you say, things are moving fast. If you're in a trend-based business, think about exiting and getting an exit price pretty early on.
It's a great one.
Yeah, but if it's a forever business, like accounting firms, we're always going to be here, despite what people say about AI. But think about putting more smarter people into a business, reducing your time spent on the business, and then building something else if you want to.
Yeah, it's almost much the same as the someone who's doing quite well and sort of
For me, it's plan. We've talked about that before. So, whether it's business planning session or strategic plan, just to sort of see where your business is going to be in the next 1, 3, 5 years. I think that's important. Maybe not going out too much longer than that. I think like the 1 to 3 years is really good time period for me.
Yeah.
But just having those plans in place rather than just going through the motions.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so to wrap up, I think this has been an interesting podcast because when we started talking about it, I thought, we can talk about where people are going to put their money in business. Yeah. But we really, a lot of the time, we have talked about that, but we just wrapped up with a lot of invest in planning. It feels like a good time to invest in planning, actually.
Yeah, and learn.
Mid-2025.
Yes.
Invest in your learning, so in yourself, especially while all this noise is going on, Like, what can I do?
What tariffs?
It's not here yet. And then I'd say that the last thing is part of planning is probably the reflection. If you can use the time that you have right now to reflect and then plan and invest in yourself, I think you're sort of 9/10 of the way there, and the answers will kind of come to you about where to put the money and how to spend your time and how much effort you're going to have to put in. Because we have seen a lot of people actually just take their foot off the gas because they know nothing's going to happen. And maybe that's the answer you come up with. Or you see a trend, like you've just said, Alistair, and your foot's been fully down. Now's the time to exit. Final comments?
That was a good one. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think 10 years, not 10 months.
Think 10 years, not
Yeah.
10 months? Yeah, nice.
Love it.
Focus on long term.
Yeah. All right, that's us.
Awesome.
Thanks, boys. See you later.